So we are used to the president kind of using social media, Twitter specifically, to, in a way, I think that endangers many lives. And yesterday, he focused all of that energy on one person, the alleged whistleblower. Okay, Trump's personal Twitter account, this is @RealDonaldTrump, it retweeted a post by the re-election campaign's official War Room account that was aimed at the whistleblower's attorney, Mark Zaid. It's pretty simple. The CIA whistleblower is not a real whistleblower. That's what the tweet read, but also it included a link to an article that has the alleged whistleblower's name in the headline. The Daily Beast has been reporting that Trump had gossiped for weeks about this alleged whistleblower with various friends, media figures, senior administration officials, and it asked some people if they thought it was a good idea for him to publicly announce or tweet the name. Of course, logic says no, it's not. And those people also said no, it's not a good idea, reminding him that it's counterproductive, it's unnecessary. But not just that, also this, as the Washington Post noted one day before this tweet, the CIA analyst who triggered the impeachment inquiry does continue to work on issues relating to Russia and Ukraine. But when threats against him spike, often seemingly spurred by presidential tweets, he is driven to and from work by armed security officers.
So this story has a bunch of fun elements. Kidding, not at all fun. But my favorite is Ivanka Trump and White House counsel Pat Cipollone basically letting the press know, hey, we try to control the idiot, but he won't listen.
Right.
So when he does eventually blab about the whistleblower, which is inevitable, because my client is too stupid, my dad is too stupid, in essence what they're saying. Remember, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. The smart people in the White House told him, hey, you're not supposed to out whistleblowers. That's the whole point of whistleblowers, that we're supposed to protect them because they're blowing the whistle on something wrong that happened in the government. If the government then turns around and punishes them, it defeats the whole point of having whistleblower protections. But Donald Trump, it's not that he's too stupid to understand that, although that's certainly true. He just actively doesn't like rats, and he's called them rats in the past. Why? Because he's a criminal. So he thinks that honest people who work with law enforcement are rats and snitches. And he even once said in an interview that maybe it should be illegal to work with law enforcement. Gee, I wonder if he's a criminal, I can't quite tell. Yet we're having debates about this? No. And I'll get back to the unimportance of the whistleblower in a second.
Well, I mean, you just said what I was thinking. He is a thug, everything about him, he always takes it to this street justice. What baffles me is the people who liken him to Jesus and compare him to the religious journey of a man who was supposed to be good and do good things for people, all people. I'm so confused at the people who still defend him, and it just lets me know how many people in this country are complicit with crime. And even though they speak on behalf of Christianity, they're okay with wrongdoing and they're okay with this street justice. And he's been doing this from the beginning, right? He's been handling the White House like it is a sewer.
Yeah.
And then people have been standing blindly behind him saying that what he is doing needs to be done. But they don't realize that when that water washes out, it's washing out to their neighborhoods and to them. And we will pay the ultimate price for having an illegal in the White House.
Just like what you were saying, like he's not stupid. This is that he is smart enough to know that this puts people in danger. He knows what he's doing, and it's just not a coincidence that the day after a report noting that this man still works for the CIA, and that it gets increasingly like it's dangerous once the president tweets about him.
It goes deep.
All these federal funds have to be spent to protect him.
Yeah.
After the president tweets about him, he tweets his name. He's like, okay, great, I'm gonna go a step further, see what you gotta do.
He goes deep. That's why he has the people sit around saying, what does he have on Lindsey Graham? Something. He does dirty business. He has a vault. He is handling this like New Jack City. This is not the White House anymore. That's like the hood, yo.
Could you imagine if Obama said maybe you shouldn't work with law enforcement? People who do are rats.
Yes.
Oh, they would have said he was a thug, a gangster. They would have said everything in the, oh yeah, of course, Barack Obama would say that, right? Their guy says it and they're like, oh yeah, bravo, of course, we hate law enforcement. Everybody hates law enforcement, right? You shouldn't work with law enforcement. That's what good Republicans would say.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
They don't like law enforcement until they shoot black people, and then they're pro law enforcement.
Yeah.
It's only when it's beneficial.
Like at this point, the like comparisons to like, can you imagine if Obama did this? We can't. It's not even like we can't even joke about it anymore because they're all so far like Obama is just not a monster.
I thought blue
Like
lives
you know what I mean? Like it's just so far beyond what they actually complained about. They didn't even have serious complaints, and there are things that you can be upset about.
No, but that's why it goes to prove their racism so over the top, because Obama's a gentleman. I think he's too much of a gentleman.
Yeah.
Like my critique of him is, my God, get in the fight, right?
That's right.
And Trump is this thuggish monster that it's been doing lifelong criminality, one scam after another. He had to pay for Trump University and his own charity. They're both scams. He had to settle and give out millions of dollars in fines. He's like, yeah, I'm a scam artist. I didn't finish it.
You didn't.
Okay, I'm a fun scam artist, okay, etc. And so, but they say things about Obama based on his skin color, and they don't about Trump based on his skin color. And it has nothing to do with what they've actually done.
Right.
It has to do with an artificial characteristic. And those are the Republicans I'm referring to. Okay, last thing, or last two things. It's also potentially a crime to do witness intimidation and obstruction of justice. In fact, that's one of the things that he's being impeached for is obstruction, right? And then he goes on Twitter and does it in front of the whole country. And lastly, the whistleblower is irrelevant. He's the guy who called 911. Then we had 17 witnesses go and testify in the House. If it was just pick any crime, like let's say there was a robbery and a guy calls 911 and says there was a robbery. And then in the trial, they bring in 17 witnesses say, yeah, I saw the robbery and it was that guy. I saw the robbery and it was that guy with the orange hair, right? And then the guy takes a stand in his own defense, goes, yeah, but I don't like the guy who called 911.
Yep.
That's not a defense.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense at all. But why is he so obsessed with not the 17 witnesses, but the guy who called 911? Because he hates rats and he thinks the whistleblower ratted him out. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.